Let's do July 4th deals or heatwave deals based predictions. I just want to say right off the bat that this is just opinion, okay? These are predictions. It doesn't mean to say that these are going to be, you should set your expectations high. What I like to do is look at previous deals, look at how certain items have depreciated over the course of the year, and then make some rough assessments based on those particular factors. So one thing we definitely know is the heatwave deals, that is what they're called. The July 4th deals, heatwave deals. Last year they were called the Sinister Sideshow, and of course summer deals and cyber weekend deals have very different structures to them with a tiering based system. Will Kabam go away from it? I don't think so. But anyway, we know that these drop on June 27th, which is 7 days from now. And there will be a little bit longer time. I think they go, so they definitely go until July 7th. Now, July 7th does mean that those deals go to a Monday. And I think Kabam have done it so that it goes after, say, payday for some people. Meaning that when they drop on the 27th, they then complete on Monday the 7th, which is a little bit longer than normal. There's going to be a CCP promo code. I mean, just to be totally transparent, Kabam haven't given us it yet, but of course that'll be next week. So it's a bit, we're a bit ahead of ourselves here. Of course, unit-based offers we know about with solo event. What that solo event will probably be something like that allows you to get the Human Torch, which is similar to how they did last time, with how you could more so Cyber Weekend, where you got and I think previous ones where you get certain units spent access to the champion. And there's a 7-star Human Torch that's available. Okay, so those are the facts. That's what we know that's happening. Now let's go with the fiction. My predictions. So for those that are spending that are a Paragon and Thronebreaker, I think you're going to be sandwiched together with deals. Last year was really bad to be a Paragon player, as you were sandwiched in with deals for Thronebreaker and Cavalier. Great for Cavalier and Thronebreaker players, not great if you're a Paragon player looking to elevate a roster. That's where I think that Kabam will likely go back to the Hunter's Market situation where they lumbered Thronebreaker and Paragon players together. I do think there's going to be a slight reduction in cost of units for those that want to get rank 3 7-star materials, and I do think Thronebreaker are going to be very happy with what they see. But Kabam could sandwich you in. They may go back to that old model of getting Cavalier players in, especially with a lot of new players coming into the game. They might be quite excited about what they could get. And Kabam don't want to deter anybody that might want to spend a bit of money or units. Access at 15,000 units to the champion, which will probably be Human Torch. This is going to be a very difficult one. I personally think that Kabam will go for a $400 markup for that particular champion and not say close to that 15,000 unit markup that they had for Craven. They're two very different champions, and Kabam could probably make a bit of money as a result. But I could be wrong, and I want to be wrong. I definitely want to be wrong with all of that. However, I think the biggest changes are going to be seen for Valiant players. I did actually forget to mention about spending deals for those that are lower than Valiant, the Paragon Thronebreaker ones. I do think you're going to see similar things. I don't see much change in this, these unit deals, especially for Thronebreaker and especially for Paragon. I will say there is a slight, and I think very slight chance that you'll see as a Thronebreaker and Paragon player, tier 7 basic fragments. I think there's a very slim chance. I don't think you will do, but I wouldn't be surprised. There's also something that I'll mention within the Valiant aspect of potentially that stat-related relic. Do you remember Kabam said about these, what they called stat-based relics? Maybe some shards starting off. Now, yes, it does say August. Now, that's where I think I might be wrong with this. And also, because we haven't seen a dev diary, there could be some, but I think that Kabam's spending deals will largely be focused on having that kind of relic-based one, which obviously gives you choice. So I'm going to say no, maybe park the bus on that StatCast shards side of things. Kabam did say the acquisition method would be coming up in the give information, but anyway, we're going to move on. This now is segmented, this video part, into Valiant only, okay? So for a Valiant player, I think this is what you're going to see. I think with a lot of players talking recently, if you've seen the poll that we put up on the channel, last time I checked, it was close to 5,000 people that voted, and we had nearly 100 comments thus far on that. I'm going to be doing a video devoted to that next week. As you know, at the weekend. But Tier 6 Basics and Tier 3 Alpha remain a big problem for you as players. It's a big problem for me at the moment. I'm just not able to hold on to them as that much. And to the extent of how much you've got to kind of grab to rank up, it is very much a pain point for me. As you can see right here, I'm only on 3. Trying to get champions ranked up, 7-star ones, is such a ball ache. And I think that Kabam will add in a deal that is going to be very nice to that particular, or sing to that particular tune. If we go back to, say, Cyber Weekend deals, right? What was available for Cyber Weekend deals? Well, you had something if you're a Valiant player for Tier 6 Basics, which you can see there, like it's 3. Effectively, Kabam are going to say, well, you can get 1 to 2 gems, so you save the materials. Yeah, okay, fine. But having just 3 as an option for what is 800 units seems pathetic. Especially if you go back in time to how much that 10... Remember that 10 unit deal? Where you got 1 Tier 6 Basic and 1 Tier 3 Alpha as a result? We need more of that, my friends at Kabam. Please do that and facilitate us with some better Tier 6 Basics and Tier 3 Alpha deals, or access to more 1 to 2 7-star gems. They won't do it, but I think it should be done. There are some other things as well that I do agree that need to be looked into, or I'll see reduced in cost. Things like, well, we mentioned rank up gems loosely, but 7-star signature stones. As Kabam are now putting out, as Kabam, well, okay, well, it's the third Harry Potter film, Prisoner of Azkaban. As Kabam have put in previous times a low amount of 7-star signature stones. As things have progressed on, the 7-star awakening gem and shards for it are going out more to players. I think that it's time to increase the volume of 7-star signature stones. It's definitely seen in content. If you do things like, story mode, you'll definitely see a lot more 7-star signature stones. You'll see the same what's given out in different areas of the game. It's getting a bit better. Valiant difficulty as well. Depreciating down the value means that they could probably escalate how much per unit spend you get of your 7-star signature stones in return. The other thing is the Titan Crystal. You might be living under a rock if you haven't seen in recent times, if you go to things like this endgame content, and in particular what they've been recently putting out in 7.2. 7.2 being that, oh, there's 5,000 Titan Crystal Shards, oh, there's 15,000 there. So it'll, again, like all of this stuff like adds up on the volume that you're able to take home. And the same thing with the paths. The paths are giving out things like Titan Shards as well at the same time. So with that give out of that, if we go back to chapter 1, which I haven't even 100%ed, and definitely looking at the state of like what you get back from it, yeah, that was increasing with the amount of Titan Crystal Shards. If you go back again to say chapter 4 of Act 8, which looked a little bit like this, you can see again the volume. That's the last chapter part, of Titan Crystal Shards. 5,000 was just there. It's increased. 15,000's being added plus the paths as well. Kabam are devaluing the Titan Crystal before our very eyes. It's great if you want to get yourself a bargain or kind of get better value for what you spend your units on, and to a degree your money as well. So that again, there's some positives with that one, with the state of the game and the change in depreciation of everything. So there's good news for players like that. Same thing I said earlier when it comes to the relic side of things, and as well when we're looking at Tier 4 Alpha. Again, think that will be escalated, but we go back to this issue that I've had for a long time, and many of you have as well, in that Tier 6 Basic, Tier 3 Alpha are kind of like non-existent for Valiant players and do need to be escalated quite a bit. I think as well with the recent deals that have gone in for Dust, are they still active? No, they're gone. That's a shame. The Tier 2 and Tier 1 Dust that Kabam had, it definitely looked like there was a depreciation in the value of that, so that you may find you're able to ascend more 6 stars. And I think as Valiant players are finding this issue of seeing the strength and potency from 7 stars because they've got very little to none of those Tier 6 Basics and Tier 3 Alpha, you need to elevate your 6 stars. The only way to elevate your 6 stars is Ascension. So let's hope that that's been depreciated for players to enjoy as well. And that's that's largely it for my predictions, except for that Human Torch. So even though I've gone with 15k, I don't know if I trust that. That may be a wrong prediction because logically you go, okay, well last time, Cyber Weekend deals, Kabam were giving out that Craven at the point of like 15,000 units. You know, spend 15,000 units to unlock. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do that constantly. There is going to be a solo event. Of course, you might be able to get him. But, you know, getting him solely, I don't know. I don't know if I trust Kabam on 15,000 units for what is a very good champion. Some of the other champions, when it's been put into milestones, haven't been brilliant. You know, Deadpools, your Cravens, your... I think there was one other champion. I can't remember exactly. But, yeah, I think selectors might remain the same. Maybe better on value if you're a Valiant player versus, say, a Paragon player. It is very tough to see, but I definitely think that there's going to be you're going to either be punished or not. I've also gone with the value of $400 for getting a Human Torch. That may be the Awakening, because it might be like 15,000 units gets him in game. Then you go and spend in order to get on the milestones, and Kabam encouraging you to do that. So you might get back about 12k. I think that's how it works. Yeah, it's like four times 99. Yeah, it's kind of there. It kind of is, but kind of isn't. And if we go back to right there, you can see that he's available in the milestones. But also, and I think I loaded up the wrong image. That if you spend in, where is it, the Hunter's Market showcases there we go, like at 400 market points, you're then able to get a Craven. So there we go. That will give you the indication. $400 will probably be enough to get the Awakening. Okay, and that's going to be it for the video. That's been my predictions, and I will see you all to see if I was right or if I was wrong next week when we do some coverage over that over the weekend. But yeah, thanks for watching. What are your thoughts? What are you predicting? Are you going to think you're going to get absolutely shafted? Put it in the comments. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.